Generous donation, and I want to say thank you to all our donors and everyone in the community who believes in us. This is my dear friend Christopher from high school who works at the Good Shepherd. So go ahead and let our audience know what you're going to do with all of this merchandise.
I just wanted to thank everybody for contributing to us and helping us here through Help Heal Humanity. All this stuff is going to be given out to our guests for free. No one has to pay anything, but thankfully because of you guys and your donations, we're able to put the stuff out for free for our guests to take home and stay warm, especially at this time of the year. The season has changed. The boots are coming in. You need to go on people's feet, the jackets on people's backs, all thanks to you guys. So God bless you all and keep it up.
Thank you.
God bless you, sister.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes,
All
yes,
right.
is great.
And although it may seem a little mundane, packing up boxes and being on the assembly line, what we're really doing is putting in hundreds of hours into the people on the streets who need us. And they need us in a way that none of us will ever understand. And for the last couple of weeks, I've been on the grounds every day. They know we're coming today, they know we're coming tomorrow, and they look forward to seeing us because we're the one little bit of hope that they have to have a warm meal in their bellies and to know that somebody in the world is actually caring for them and loving them. And without people like you showing up today to give your time, your energy, and your spirit, none of this is possible. So I want to really say thank you to everyone because what we're doing here today may seem small, but it's actually really, really big. And it's impacting hundreds and thousands of families. So I thank you, I love you, I look forward to doing this with you today. My name is Serena Bufalino, and I am the founder of Help Heal Humanity. Help Heal Humanity is a charity that is focused on unconditional giving, love, and support to some of the most vulnerable communities in the world.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Help Heal Humanity show we always have myself, Barbara J. Beckley, and Serena Bufalino. But you're probably like, okay, I just see you, Barbara. Where's Serena? She has not gone nowhere. She's a busy bee, as always, a queen of that, Queen Busy Bee. But we're doing something a little bit different because we're looking at what we're doing on the show. And, every time you have a show or anything you do in life, you have to look at the overall picture and what things might be need to be tweaked, things to add, things to take away, things to make it, whatever. Saying all that, we're really wanting to put more value of what we're doing in Help Heal Humanity. Now, we've been on the show. It's been since April of this year. We started the Help Humanity show. And the heart of it is coming from Help Heal Humanity, HHH organization, which basically their main purpose and their main mission is being world changers, especially in different countries, and focusing on Haiti for anybody that need children for education, food that's needed, and any kind of support that we can give them. And it takes a family. It takes more than a Serena. Serena's Superwoman and Wonder Woman, but she needs help. So when I met this wonderful lady in my life, and I told myself, I said, if I can do anything to help her in this organization, I want to take my talents that I have, my expertise, and help her in the Help Humanity organization. So I thought about it. I'm always talking about visibility. I'm always talking about knowing your purpose, right? I'm always talking about, helping especially the women that I work for in strategy wise and coach wise. And I said, how could I take my talent to help this queen lift up her organization? And I said, well, I have a network. The Diamond Factor Network. No, we don't know that right now. I have a network. And I said, I use my network wisely to not only show up, but to help others show up. So I asked her gracefully, I kind of threw it out there and I said, Miss Serena, it would be an honor to have you on the network and to come on a weekly basis to have the Help Humanity Show. And that's where we birthed Help Humanity Show. And this is where we're at. And in a little while, it's going to be a year. We're going to have our first season run done for this show. But, it's one thing to say, okay, you have a show. It's another thing to really make sure that you're producing and people are either growing from either awareness, support, encouragement, what we have. So on this show, there's two things we're doing. Well, really three things we're trying to do. One, to bring the awareness of what's going on in the world, not just the United States, what's going on, but in other countries. That's a need. That's a real need for them. Sometimes we take a lot of things for granted. I mean, I can go right now in my kitchen and run some water, some hot water, cold water, and it's there. There's certain countries right now, they don't even know what a faucet looks like. They don't even know what a sink looks like because they don't have one. They're just living out. The water that they can find is is dirt ground or it's infected by other things. It's just they don't have it. I can go to the refrigerator right now and open the refrigerator door and, get food. Some people don't have that in the United States and even outside of the United States. So I'm saying all this because it is a need. And that's one thing we want to bring to the show is awareness of that. The second thing we want to do is, it takes, like I said, it takes a family. It takes an army to work at this. So we're looking for people that might be interested in being part of changing the world with Help Humanity. By giving your time, by donating, by sponsoring a child, by sponsoring maybe a whole village. And that's what we do at Help Humanity. And then the third thing is what we said, we want to give back. And how we give back on this show is to invite other nonprofit organizations, invite other nonprofit world changers, as I call them, to come on to the show and to say, let's not only shine a light for Help Humanity, help heal humanity, but let's shine the light for the other organizations that are out there, shine the light and helping in a capacity that we all need to help. So those are three things. So, me as being the producer of the show as well, I'm always looking to make sure how we can hype things up. So one thing, you're going to be seeing different co-hosts. It's going to be three now. Myself, I'll be coming on the first Thursday every month, on here. And then the other four shows on Thursday, you'll see another wonderful angel that's a part of Help Humanity, Chris Rausch. He's part of the board of Help Humanity. He'll be coming on as a co-host. And then Serena will be back 3 times out the month to be a co-host. So yeah, we're changing up a little bit, but we're gonna still make it interesting for you to come on and watch and be a part of this fabulous movement that we have. And the movement is to help heal humanity, as the show states. So today I wanted to bring on a wonderful interview that was done when we first kind of started the show. This angel, her name is Rowena Rodriguez. Can't get my words out tonight. And she basically came on the show. She has helped humanity tremendously in a lot of areas. In fact, when Serena was calling out a long time ago when she had to go to Haiti a few times, and she was like, it'd be nice to have some people to come with me to help me with this. And this particular angel, this queen that you're going to be hearing, she just paid the money, got her ticket and said, come, Serena, I'm with you. And she was on the ground with Serena when it came to helping Haiti's out. Incredible. So I said I wanted to play this particular interview that we had with her, because when I was watching it again, it just brought a tear to my eye, because I was like, oh my God, this is what I'm talking about. People's hearts are out there. So I'm going to give the sponsor some love. And then after I give the sponsor love, you will be seeing this amazing interview with Rowena Rodriguez. Be right back.
Today, over 1 billion children in the world live in poverty. At Help Heal Humanity, our goal is to connect children in need with people like you who want to make a difference. Our student sponsorship program helps provide children with the necessities for a healthy and successful start to life. When you sponsor a student, you're not only giving them the gift of education, you're giving them the best chance for a brighter future. 100% of your donation supports the tuition fees, uniforms, textbook, and school supplies needed to thrive in a safe and healthy learning environment. Sponsor a student now and be the catalyst for their brighter future.
Beautiful yourselves. So I'm so happy to be here with you.
Oh, we're so happy to have you. So, I mean, I guess let's just get right into them, because Rowena, you have an incredible story, how we met and then how you ended up becoming our board member. And you literally were the first person right from the start. So go for it, girl.
Well, first of all, it's such an honor to be here with you two ladies. When Serena mentioned to me that there was now a podcast, I thought, well, of course there is. In considering who you are and your commitment to the work that you do around the world, I mean, it just made sense that this would be the next evolution. And the journey has been amazing in terms of how I ended up getting to this point, being a part of Help Heal Humanity. And, you know, I think it started when I was really young, the commitment to service. And I remember when I was probably about 8 years old, and we used to go to Washington, D.C., and my mom's side of the family lived there. And so every year we would go, and there was this one year we went and they would light up all of the Christmas trees. And I remember taking a little walk, and I had just gotten a few dollars in my pocket from Christmas. And I saw this old man who was completely disheveled, and he was lying up against this tall oak tree. And he was obviously homeless, and he didn't have any shoes, and he obviously didn't have a home. And I remember going to my mom and running to her and asking her why he didn't have a house and why he didn't have shoes and why he was so disheveled looking. And she had explained to me that he was homeless. And I think there was something that happened when I was a young girl that really shifted my perspective and had me really look at the world in a different way. And so I remember just like running to this man and giving him whatever I had out of my pockets and going to the vendor that was there to get him like a pretzel or something like that. And I think that really started my consciousness in terms of being more aware of what was happening in the world. And then throughout that time, I spent, like you said, about close to 20 years in the public health sector, switched over to the nonprofit sector where I worked there developing policies for ministers and different nonprofit organizations, and really just fell in love with giving back, fell in love with the opportunity to be able to be of service. And, I think that it's why we're here. I think that there is a world out there that is, I don't want to say broken, but it's in need of people to be more aware and to be conscious individuals. Because at the end of the day, I've always believed that human life has meaning only to the degree as it is lived in the service of humanity. I truly, truly believe that. And so my journey with Help Heal Humanity came across because at the time I was doing some consulting work, and it ended up landing on my desk. And as I started learning about this amazing organization and the work that was being done in Haiti, I literally, and when I say literally fell in love, I fell in love with the work. And as I was, putting together all of the necessary documents to register the organization as a charity, I remember calling Serena and I was like, I have to go. For me to be a part of this and to really, truly understand what this really looks like, I really needed to feel it. I needed to see it. And I will tell you that it was one of the most life-changing experiences of my life. And so I called Serena and I'm putting, the paperwork together. And I was like, so I'm going to come to Haiti. And she's like, what? And literally that's what happened. I think it was like a few days later or something like that, if you remember.
It was. I'm going to jump in for a minute. It was absolutely crazy because, again, she was the lawyer or the consultant that was helping to get our charity registered.
Right.
And as she was helping with the registration papers, she kept saying she wanted to get involved. And I was like, listen, just hurry up and do our registration papers, right, and we'll talk. Right? And she literally got our registration papers in. And as she said, she called me and she's like, I want to be involved. I want to come to Haiti. I don't mean to be rude, but a lot of people say that, right? And a lot of people don't carry on or carry through, especially when it's Haiti. You're like, I remember even my first time going to Haiti, there was like some big prep involved. She did no prep. She did nothing. She literally jumped on the plane and flew to Haiti and just showed up. And when I was like absolutely shocked because like that's a bravery, that's a courage, that's like the next level, which is like, again, so for her to have done that, like that's kind of unseen and unheard of. Like just like that, just trust in me, trust in the process, jump on a plane, and again, no prep, no nothing. I was like, what the hell you mean you're coming tomorrow? Like, and she showed up, and I'll tell you, like, I'll let her talk about her experience, but that just goes to show how committed, how courageous, how fierce, how compassionate that this woman is. You know what I mean? Like, I've been having people tell me they're going to come to Haiti for 12 years now, and they haven't came, right? So go ahead. Go ahead, Rowena, and, talk about what happened when you came down to Haiti.
Yeah. Well, before she goes with the story, I just want to say, you said she had no prep. She had prep. Think about it. From 8 years old, she already, that heart of gold was there. And she just is that old, and she just said, I have to do this. So that was the preparation. When you really think about it, your eyes were open because you said that this world needs help and I want to be the one to do it. So lady, that's just amazing. I love you for that. That's awesome. Now you can finish the story.
Thank you. Well, I appreciate that. And it's amazing. Before going to Haiti, actually, I've done a number of mission trips in Siberia, in Tanzania, just about a kilometer away from the Burundi border, and in Indonesia. And I've always been, bless you.
Sorry.
I've always been one of those individuals where I've traveled to over 30 countries around the world. And anytime I've ever traveled anywhere, my first question, bless you, has always been, where is the closest orphanage? And I made a commitment years ago that I was going to be a mother to many, and that mothering doesn't necessarily have to be biologically mothering. Some people can't. I know that I've struggled with that myself. And so I really was committed to the opportunity to reframing and recreating what mothering actually looks like. And so to me, it was being able to go to these different orphanages and meet with the children. And it has absolutely shifted my life in terms of being able to experience that other side of things and the other side of the world, because there's children that need love, And so I touched down in Haiti. Now we're in Haiti. And to be honest with you, I had no idea what to expect. I did no research. The only thing I really knew was that there was an earthquake that happened, that there were Serena students that were so compelled to create this organization alongside her, that they were truly the catalyst of this organization, and that their passion truly, truly led to this coming into fruition. That's really all I knew. And that they were selling patties at lunchtime and trying to raise as much money as they could in order for this to actually happen. So I get there and, the first day going to the school, you are driving through what is literally just one road, and there's no stop signs. Like, it's literally a dirt road. And the first thing you see are just tented structures, and kids that have no shoes, and you can tell that they're living in areas where they've been displaced. And one of the things that was so moving for me was, and I've noticed this in all of the places I've traveled to, regardless of what they have or what they don't have, you can see a smile from miles away. And it teaches us, when you get to experience this type of work, how important gratitude is, how important being able to really look at your life as the treasure, as the gift, and then say to yourself, how can I be used? Oprah talks about that all the time. She talks about how we are the vehicle, and it truly is that way. And so I remember going into the school, and I was like, okay, what do we need to do? Like, what are we doing? And so she starts sharing with me, Serena, that we're likely going to do a feeding program, which was amazing. And it was incredible to see how the community worked together, being able to connect with some of the mothers who cook and having them be a part of it. And, being able to feed all of the kids that were there. I know that at the time there was 111 students when we were there, and they just literally swarmed us as soon as we came, which was the most endearing thing in the world. And they just want to be with us. They wanted to just be close to us, and they were holding our hands and they were hugging us, and it was just the best thing in the world. Go ahead, Serena. We can't hear you, Penny.
She's on mute.
I remember it was so hot. It's so hot up there. And so every once in a while, you have kids smothering you, and
best thing in the
families,
world.
and all the hot things are cooking. And so a couple times we would go sit in the car for a 2-minute break and have a drink. And I'm telling you, the kids would jump on the car because they were just they just loved Rowena. And the thing was, I go up there all the time. And so for me, there's not a lot of money and I'm used to it. So I just bring them crackers or whatnot. But you remember you were bringing them pastries, and you were bringing and they thought that she was the most incredible woman in the world. Who is this woman? She's bringing us special desserts. She's paying attention to us. She's hugging us. She's playing with us. She's putting clothes on them. As soon as you said orphanage, it brought me right back to where we were, because it would be late at night and I'm like, come on, Rowena, I'm starving, or come on, we got to get back. We got a 3-hour ride. And there is at no point where she doesn't have 1 or 2 kids that she's constantly, hugging and just showing complete love. So yeah, I remember that trip so much because she was such a light. And then, our school area, but because, we built a beautiful school, what about going to Cité Soleil?
Oh my gosh.
Uh-oh.
So Soleil, that was really a shock for me, because the way that it's laid out, I mean, Haiti and so many other countries are so corrupt in nature that you literally have to negotiate with the gang members in order to do a feeding program. So in order to feed the community, you have to pay them to come into the city and to get a tour. And it was just really shocking for me. However, we ended up doing an amazing feeding program. We fed hundreds of kids that were in the slums there. And that was just the most incredible experience for me, being able to truly get a sense as to, when they say Cité Soleil is one of the toughest areas around the world, like they're not kidding. It really is. And to know that there are children that are living in these types of conditions is really heartbreaking. However, the question then remains, when you see what you see, what are you willing to do then? And that in itself, being able to see not only the corruption, but to see the poverty, to see that there are kids that are only literally having a hot meal twice a year, like with rice and peas and, maybe a couple pieces of chicken or something like that, that's the reality. And yet they're still smiling, and they're still happy, and they're still joyful. It lends itself to waking us up as advocates, waking us up as conscious human beings to say, what can I do? How can I get involved? How can I serve? And so I remember that day like it was yesterday. And I oftentimes repost the same pictures over and over again, because it just holds such a special place in my heart. And then there was another experience that we had where we got to go to the Mother Teresa Home for the Dying, which is also known as the Malnutrition Clinic. And that was something I really wanted to do. I was telling Serena when I was there, I was like, if there's one thing that I really want to do, please go. And if I have time for just a quick story about that, I remember walking into, the Mother Teresa Home for the Dying, and we walk in, and there's a room filled with women, and each of these women have a bracelet on that basically indicates the stage as to where they are in their journey of their health. And so Black represented death, like they were maybe just days away from passing. And I remember walking into the room, and, they all know Serena. So all of the other women were, around her, and they were, dancing with her and things like that. And there was this one woman that was sitting just along the corner on the end. And I found out later that she was dying of HIV, tuberculosis, leprosy. And for whatever reason, my spirit was just so called to her. And I thought to myself, imagine lying in a hospital like this, knowing that you are days away from death, and you're all alone, what that would feel like, And so I remember laying with her and putting our garb on and everything for protection. And just looking at her and saying over and over again, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. And, I just thought, if nothing else, at least she knew that she was loved. And at the end of the day, I truly believe that that's all we all want, is to feel loved, is to be seen, is to be acknowledged. Each one of those kids, that's all they want, is to know that they are loved. And so this organization, the work that we are doing with Help Heal Humanity, this is a movement. It is waking up the consciousness of humanity to say, what will you do now that you know? And it is just such an honor and a privilege to be a part of this organization, to work alongside my dear friend, and her commitment. And, you know, it's just, Haiti is a very, very special place.
Yes.
It really, really is. And a lot of people are scared to go. You know, it isn't the safest place, that's for sure. But the people there are just so very special. And we have amazing kids that are now our kids. I like to think that they're our kids.
They are.
Yeah. And so being able to give them an education, you know, ensuring that they have something that no one can take away. Education is that, right? Once you're educated, no one can take that away from you. And for them to know that they have a community and an organization of people that are standing with them is everything. And so
I just cry in my heart every time I hear these stories. You know, what you're saying and what Serena, I'm always listening to what she's telling me. And it makes, when you think about it, what we deal with in the United States, you know, like, oh, I got a headache, I got a stomach, you know, I be hearing this stuff. It just makes it, just minimizes it even more when I hear what you're doing. Because I'm like, really? I mean, you know, I had to ask myself a lot of times and say, Barbara, really? You got Serena and you got this wonderful angel here doing stuff, going to Haiti, like you said, it's not all the way safe. And then you got these wonderful children running up to you with smiles on their face through everything they're going through. And I'm over here sitting back in the United States talking about I got a headache. No, you know, it's just, you know, and people probably like, well, I do have it. I mean, we all have our issues and our challenges in life. And Rowena, I don't know if you want to share a little bit. I know we got just a little bit of time. And if this is up to you, if you don't, because I understand, I want to appreciate, you know, respect your story of you. But you're looking at a woman right now that is going beyond the call, and she's dealing with some things too. It is much bigger than just a headache. So I just want people to know that, because that's powerful right there. That's powerful right there.
Thank you. Yeah, health has definitely been something that I've struggled with my whole life. I had seizures when I was 7 until I was about 12, and then rheumatoid arthritis at 15, and then lupus at 19. And then I created remission for myself about 6 years ago with lupus. And so I've been in remission from that. And then 2 years ago, I was diagnosed with cancer, which is why I'm here in California. Actually, I've been doing alternative treatment, and ended up finding out that it went from stage 1 to stage 4. And so I just finished treatment about 2 months ago. And I'm waiting to do a PET scan on May 10th. And so, you know, regardless of all of these health situations that I'm dealing with, I've always been of the belief that, you know, I would never allow my circumstances to define me, and that we are here for so much more. At the end of the day, it can always be worse. It can always be worse. And I am here for a purpose. And so, you know, every single day is a gift, and to be able to, to be able to use my life every moment that I'm able to breathe, I'm able to move, I'm able to use my hands, my heart, my eyes, my mouth to speak. I know that I've done well. And so my mission is to really redefine the face of illness and circumstance, one of possibility, so people are free. And that goes for everybody. You know, there's a lot of kids that are in Haiti that are dealing with a lot of health issues as well. And so to give them and to remind them that they are not their circumstances, that they are so much bigger than whatever circumstance they've been given. I'm reminded that I'm doing what I'm called to do. So, yeah.
Rowena, I want to, before we let you go, I hate to let you go. I'm sitting there almost crying. I need some tissues, Serena. But before we do that, I know it's like, oh my God. We want to, usually, with our guests, we want to give you at least 30 seconds to do any like last words that you want to give to the audience that's watching. And then we'll come back up and then we'll, close out and how they can, contact you and want to bring you on again, basically. So I'm going to take myself down to Serena and just, just speak your heart and what you want to say.
Okay. Sounds good. Wow. Well, it is truly a gift to be here and to experience and to be a part of Help Heal Humanity has been such a gift to me. And one of the things that I've always believed is that, there's a saying by Albert Einstein that says, only a life lived in the service to others is worth living. And I truly, truly do believe that we are called to something greater, that we have been gifted life. And so because of that, it calls us forward to do more, to be an advocate for love, to do what we must when given the opportunity to be able to serve. And there's a whole world out there where there are people that are looking and seeking love. And all it takes is for us to make that decision and to say, I will be the one. It will be me. And so my request to each one of you is to find whatever it is that calls you and to step in that direction, to move forward into the direction that has you use your life to its fullest potential. And I'm just so grateful for the opportunity to be able to be a part of this organization, to be able to love beyond measure. And I just really am so grateful. I can't wait to see what we're going to do next as we continue to evolve and expand. And I love you both. And I'm so grateful.
I love you so much. I mean, because of your current circumstances, we don't get to talk very much. And every time I talk to her, she puts me to tears because she is such a beautiful soul, and everything that she has been going through, she keeps messaging me. I keep thinking about the kids in Haiti, and I keep thinking about you. And it's like, this girl has so much on her plate, and still her heart is committed to service and to the kids. And honestly, I love you so much. I'm so grateful that I met you, that because of you, we got a charity, and that you are so courageous and so fearless that you came down to Haiti with me, and that we've had this experience of growing this charity together. And I can't wait for you to come back home. And I love you, and I miss you. And
awesome. So just want to let everybody know, please reach out to this wonderful gift that God gave us. Rowena. I'm trying to make sure I get your name right because I've been struggling, but I just want to call you the gift of life because you have gave gifts to us in this life and continues in showing us that we need to, no matter what, still persevere through what we're dealing with so we can reach others and help them. And that's what you're an example of that. You're the epitome of that. And I'm honored just to meet you and be in your presence right now. So thank you so much for just being that gift in our lives. And I'm trying to hold the tears. I said, somebody got to hold it back. I'm like, but,
thank you both so much. It's such an honor to be here with you. I love you both.
Just let everybody know you can contact this wonderful angel. I have the contact of her website down below.
Absolutely. So my Facebook is just Rowena Rodriguez. Instagram is Rowena R. Rodriguez. And I'm excited to be working on a docu-series coming up, which I'll tell you more about, and a book that I'm writing called The Light Within. And so, have a lot of things that I'm working on and really, really excited. So,
and we are definitely going to have her back. I'm definitely. I'm guessing in the next 6 months or so. So we'll let everybody know when she comes back. And I just feel bad because we have another incredible speaker.
Oh yeah, we're gonna wrap it up, but it's gonna be less than 6 months, hopefully. I can't go without seeing her in 6 months. That's a long time.
Okay, fine. You're the producer. You make it happen.
We got to make it happen, Serena. 6 months is too long. Okay. Well, with that said, like Serena said, we do have another wonderful, amazing angel coming to us. Thank you again. And we will definitely be contacting you earlier than 6 months.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much. Enjoy.
Help Heal Humanity is an internationally registered charity mindfully designed to provide the world's most vulnerable communities with access to education, food, support, and love. We build the infrastructure, develop the programming, and foster the global connections necessary to support the charity and future of the people in our project countries. Through unconditional giving, Help Heal Humanity achieves its mission to inspire and love those in need in a compassionate and sustainable way. Our vision is to make conscious giving a widespread global practice through kindness and servitude. Get involved now and be part of our Help Heal Humanity family.
Amazing. That I had to replay that video with Rowena Rodriguez, and she's gonna correct me on her name when she gets back, and I'm gonna tell her to do that. But this is why we do what we do. This is why I was so just wanting to be a part of this land called Help Humanity with Serena Bufalino. If she was with me right now today, and like I said, we do co-host other shows, but like I said, the first of every week, we're doing some little changing. So you'll see me on the first Thursday of every month, bringing you the show. But if she was with me right on my side, video wise, that I would just let her know and say, Serena, you have changed my life by being in my life, by showing me and reminding me what's really, truly important in the world, and that's helping other people, helping children with their education, helping give the awareness out, making me understand and rethinking why I created the Diamond Factor Network and why I bring people along like the queens like Serena to have her show underneath. I just am honored to have this show under the Diamond Factor Network because we're here, like I said, as a mission to bring awareness to you and also ask for donations and time if you can, if you're open to that. We're not forcing anybody. We're just doing the ask. So I'm going to ask you now, as you see down on the scroll down there, we have put HHH Changing the World, the website, if you want to donate your time, if you have a certain, expertise wheelhouse that you want to help the organization, if you have just $2, $5, $10, sponsor a child, sponsor a village, all that's there at the website. And it will lead you and guide you to where you want to do. But let your heart lead you to that. Let your heart lead you to that. I always tell people doesn't make sense. You do the ask and you let it go. Like you said, you plant the seed and then let it grow. So with that said, we will see you next Thursday. I was about to say, and I know Canada already had their Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving, past Thanksgiving to Canada. But I know in the United States, we have ours in a few weeks. We still will be having a show coming on that day. It's going to probably be pre-recorded, but we want to make sure that we're still bringing the awareness to you and giving you the opportunity to watch and hear the different testimonials, stories of what it is to be a world changer in this world for others. So we will see you next Thursday. Also, to let you know, it was announced last show that we are doing a monthly kind of, I would say, a giveaway in a sense, but you have to be picked. So starting next week, and there's going to be a link across of a questionnaire that we created because we want to hear from you. We want to hear your thoughts about Help Humanity, about other nonprofit organizations, just everything. And if you fill out that questionnaire and be sent to us, your name will be put in a little bucket that we're going to shake up. If we pick your name, you will get a $25 gift card. A $50 gift card. And then the other $50 of it will be matched to give towards Help Heal Humanity to help those children. So technically you'll be gifted something, and then we're going to make sure the Diamond Factor Experience Network is going to gift the other half with your name on it, putting your footprint on there to say that you helped and guide and help other children in the organization. So it's a win-win. It's a win-win on both ends. So with that said, we will see you next week. And remember, find the time, even if it's just doing a shout out to somebody, do a messenger to somebody, do I am to somebody, anything that you can do just to show that love right here that you have to others, because others need that. And remember, this is what I always say, that your uniqueness that you have in you is your gift to the world. Take care, and we will see you next week.